I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. And I received a question from someone that I liked and thought I would answer. The question boils down to, how does a recruiter assess you during a phone interview? Now, understand, they're there because a client, a company, an employer, a hiring manager has asked them to find people with a particular background, and if they do, they will be paid. Now, if this is a retained search, obviously they are being paid a certain amount up front to retain them to do this, but ultimately they have to evaluate and assess people for their qualifications for a job. So they have a job description. This is my hand with the job description. And they are there to ask questions to get a baseline for how you fit that position or other positions their office is recruiting for. So, for example, they may have 5 positions that are pretty similar that their office is trying to fill, and they're going to mentally see how you fit into each and every one of them based upon similarities and dissimilarities. Now, here's how it goes. They'll call, introduce themselves, or schedule a time to speak with you, and the first thing they're doing is getting a sense of your oral communications and your confidence, your self-confidence, by how you, not just what you say, but how you say things. So if you come across as being timid, they file that away. If you come across with poor oral communications, they file that away as part of the evaluation criteria that their client has asked to assess for. So let's progress. We now have oral communications. Now we have the requirements of the position or positions that they have to match. And they might say to you, tell me about your work with such and such. And they'll listen, and based upon what is there, they will get a flavor for whether you fit into that role. After all, if it says 4 years of such and such experience, and you say you have 1, that's pretty clear you're not going to be qualified. And plead though you might, you're not going to be qualified because the client is not going to be interested. So they are there to assess. Now, if you say you have 3 and they're looking for 4, they may advocate for you based upon other factors. But it starts off with, how do you meet the job description and the qualifications of the job that's prompted them to call you, or multiple jobs? From there, it's, how does your salary match up with what their client or clients is willing to pay? Their client is willing to pay $80,000 per year. You're looking for $120,000. The buzzer goes off. I'm sorry, you're disqualified, because their client is not going to increase their budget by $40,000 just to hire you. So the answer is pretty easy. How do you match up with the client and what the client has specified that they are looking for? How do you match up from an oral communications demand standpoint? Do you present your ideas clearly, or do you seem like you're a liar? Or do you seem like you're nervous? Nervous people with a recruiter, whether corporate or third party, don't do well when they're actually presented and meet with the end client. They tend to come across as fearful. And thus, I'll remind you of the most important thing I can alert you to. One of the things that you are selling to that recruiter and every person you meet with is the degree to which they can trust you. I was coaching someone yesterday who is an attorney, and he's up for a position with, I won't go into the details of the position. I'll just simply say he'd be working closely with a wealthy individual and their family. And, the question came down to, what are they going to ask me about? I've already done this kind of work with another family before. What are they going to be looking for? And the answer said, can the patriarch of the family trust you? Can they trust you to handle the family and responsibilities well in a way that they would want it done? Same thing is going to happen with you. They have to trust you that you can do this job, that you can fit in, that you have the qualifications, and that they won't ever have to worry about you again. So that's always the wild card in this, how you and the interviewer connect every step along the way. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, hope you give it 5 stars on whatever platform you watch it, a thumbs up on YouTube, and I'll also say that if you're interested in my coaching you, reach out to me by connecting on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. And once we're connected, let me know that you saw this video, because I just love knowing that I've been helping some folks. And message me about one-on-one coaching. Hope you have a great day. Take care.